This picture is of the first shipment of gold from the West Creek mining boom of the mid-1890s, which was really during the peak of the mining boom at West Creek. The ore that is in the wagon was extracted by the Vermilion Gold Mining Company, run by Captain George F. Tyler, who was kind of the father of the West Creek gold rush. He did some tests of the rock on Tyler Ranch and reported that those tests yielded from about $5 to $15 a sample, and this was big news during that time. As soon as word of that discovery got out, people just flocked to the area to stake their claims. It was said that there were so many campsites that it resembled a forest of stakes. It was just remarkable. Pemberton was where the real focus of this gold rush was taking place. Pemberton, in its first month of existence, had 500 residents, and 1 month later doubled to 1,000. So it was just huge for this area. In February of 1896, the residents of these many campsites decided to unite as one town called West Creek, which was the name of the mining district. They held an incorporation election, and on March 16, 1896, West Creek became Douglas County's second incorporated town. The only other incorporated town in the county was Castle Rock. Once West Creek became a town, they went up to about 2,000 residents. In December of 1895, the Castle Rock Journal said that there was scarcely a foot of land in that area that was not covered by a mining claim. And apparently a person could walk either north or south for 5 miles and be on mining claims the whole way. The miners that descended upon West Creek were hoping that they were about to discover a branch of the very profitable belt of gold that was connected to Cripple Creek. Although some ore was found in West Creek, it was nothing really spectacular. But these people had very high hopes for their town. So instead of sitting back realistic reports of the fair amounts of gold that were being found in West Creek, they tended to taint their reports just a little bit. They said that there was much more surface ore at West Creek than there had ever been at Cripple Creek. They said not only was there abundant amounts of gold in West Creek, but there was also silver and copper and lead to be found there. They said there were clearly defined veins of gold throughout that entire countryside. And then they would add that there's only one thing that was needed to uncover all these riches. They needed investors. And what would be a safer thing to invest in than a town that was just oozing with riches waiting to be discovered? And this type of boosterism worked. That town got investors. Prospecting for gold in West Creek was not the only means of achieving one's fortune. It can be said that the merchants of the town actually made more money than the miners did. The Daily News in Denver said that due in large part to the amount of businesses that had located in West Creek, that town's growth at that time was eclipsing the record of any other town in the whole entire nation. So this was huge. The West Creek Mining News reported that in 1897, Colorado had produced $24,859,851 worth of gold. And it's interesting because at that moment, West Creek was definitely in its decline. A lot of people didn't see it that way and were trying to hold on, but it just never came. It just wasn't there. the hard rock mining efforts just simply stopped yielding results. And when the mines stopped producing, it didn't take long before the miners and the merchants packed up their bags and headed to the next booming area. The Castle Rock Journal in 1897 even had a report that Captain Tyler, who was the father of this whole gold rush, was now turning his attention to the crossbreeding of fireflies with honeybees in order to create a bee that was willing to work a night shift, thus increasing the world's supply of honey. So that was just another sign that it was over. The boom was over and people were moving on. West Creek is a typical example of boosterism during the gold rush days of Colorado. Maybe a gold nugget or two was found, and people would grab onto that and find a way to get to that area and try to make something of it and tell everybody there's something going on here, get over here, let's make a success out of this. When compared to what was going on in the mountain mining towns and places like Denver City and Colorado Springs and other towns around it, there wasn't really anything exciting happening in Douglas County. And to have had a little gold rush, to feel like they were part of the excitement that was going on in the state, it was very important, but it didn't pan out, but it was a little excitement for the county for a while.